Why does your brain seem to fight your focus every single day? Seriously, have you ever sat down to do some deep work, only to find yourself like 10 minutes later staring completely blankly into space? Well, welcome to today's Explainer. We are going to totally unpack the science behind this universal struggle, and I'm going to introduce you to the single best habit, a real game changer that changes absolutely everything when it comes to understanding the secret rhythm of your mind. Okay, let's dive into this roadmap. First up, the focus problem. Then we'll uncover the kite cycle mystery, explore a massive biological plot twist called the default mode network, and finally, we'll look at mastering attention control. Section 1, the focus problem, and the real cost of a wandering mind. Now, I want you to picture this scenario. You're trying desperately to study for a critical exam, right? But your mind is just miles away. It's an incredibly anxiety-inducing feeling. And the thing is, it comes with a highly measurable cost. Studies actually show we lose focus during 30% of our learning activities. 30%. Just think about that. To put it into perspective, that means nearly a third of your time is literally just gone, which severely hurts our reading comprehension and causes us to miss crucial details that are sitting right in front of us. So, what exactly is stealing all of this precious attention? Well, it's the reality of our everyday distractions. Maybe it's your smartphone screen lighting up with another social media notification. Or, maybe you're simply daydreaming and asking yourself something as incredibly mundane as, hey, what are you eating after school? It's these tiny, super common interruptions that just pull us right away from the task at hand. Moving on to Section 2, the kite cycle mystery. Is it just laziness? You gotta wonder, why is our attention so incredibly slippery? Are we all just unmotivated, or is there something much more profound happening beneath the surface here? Well, to crack this case, researchers conducted a pretty fascinating study. They meticulously tracked 146 university students over 5 days. They wanted to figure out exactly when, how, and why these students were losing focus in their day-to-day academic lives. And what they discovered was a complete mystery, brilliantly solved by a really beautiful metaphor. It turns out your attention isn't broken at all. It actually behaves exactly like a kite on a string, rising and falling on a highly predictable daily schedule. So your mind isn't just randomly failing you on a Tuesday afternoon, it's actually following a very strict, natural rhythm. Throughout the day, this operates on a very distinct pattern. Look at the early morning. During that time, the kite string is held tightly. Your focus is restricted, it's sharp, you're ready to work. But by lunchtime, your thoughts naturally start to drift, completely free, kind of like a balloon just let go into the sky. Then, as we hit the afternoon, that string tightens right back up for another round of solid focus, only to soar freely once again in the evening. It's an ingrained biological ebb and flow. And when that string is loose, where exactly do our minds go? Well, funny enough, we spend nearly a third of our lives dreaming about incredibly random things. I mean, we're supposedly working on a complex spreadsheet or reading a dense book, but instead, our brains are deeply invested in upcoming cricket matches, stressing over exactly how to reply to that one text message, or meticulously planning our dinner menus. It's wild, but it's a completely normal part of being human. Which brings us to Section 3, the default mode network, the biological plot twist. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is, well, I actually want you to slow down for a second, because here is the massive plot twist of this entire explainer. All of this mental drifting, it isn't a failure of your brain at all. When scientists put people into MRI machines, they found that when you sort of zone out, you are actually lighting up a massive, highly powerful system called the default mode network. This is the exact neural network responsible for recalling the past, planning the future, and creating rich stories. So instead of being your typical, focused, task-oriented state, this network is actually your brain's ultimate creative engine. Think about the absolute struggle of forcing your way through a hard science project, right? Now contrast that with the relaxed, easy feeling of taking a safe, quiet walk in the park. Taking a break from that intense focus and actively letting your mind wander isn't a waste of your time, not at all. It's called creative ignition. Letting go of that kite string is exactly how you spark a brilliant new invention, or finally figure out how to finish that difficult drawing sketch. Simply put, you literally need the wandering mind to create. Okay, Section 4, mastering attention control and working with the rhythm. So we've uncovered the biological mystery here and realized our brains certainly aren't broken. But how do we actually use this knowledge to our advantage? Well, the key is what we call attention control. This habit isn't about fighting your mind or aggressively forcing focus when your brain is practically screaming for a break. It's about learning exactly when to let your thoughts explore and when to gently bring them back. You're working in total harmony with your brain's natural, predictable rhythm instead of constantly fighting against it. And this brilliantly illustrates how you can actually do it in 3 simple, actionable steps. The very next time you catch your mind drifting away from your work, first, just stop. And please don't feel guilty. Your brain is just flying the kite. Second, take one slow, calming breath. And third, ask yourself, what is the main idea right now? This incredibly simple technique gently pulls that kite string back in without any of the added stress. Which leaves us with one final, pretty provocative question for you to chew on. Are you fighting your brain, or are you flying the kite? Because you now have the power to take absolute control of your attention today, simply by embracing your mind's natural rhythm. Stop fighting the wind and start guiding your focus. Use that natural ebb and flow to your advantage. Thank you so much for joining this explainer, and we really hope this leaves you eager to master the secret rhythm of your own mind.